That was a mistake. Well, hello, toy friends. Welcome back. Welcome to another episode of the 1A Team. I'm Will, and you know what we're talking about today. But before we do that, we have to introduce my co-host, my partner, Mr. Jim Largo. How's it going, Jim?
Hey, good. I just want to clarify, we don't make mistakes, Will. We just have happy accidents. I learned that by watching Bob Ross.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. How was your week? Pretty good?
Hectic, but good. Productive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. Not too much huge news this week, but something really cool did happen, which was I got a lot of community contributions this week. So a majority of today's show is going to be pictures that people just like you out there sent me, and I really appreciate that, guys. That's what it's all about. So let's take a look at the news rundown. Oh, maybe we should say hi to people first. You're right. Hi, Ken. Ken's not here, but yeah, I saw tons of people in the chat already. Scott, Epic Badger, Scuba Pete, Boba Hicks, Outer Multiverse. Thank you very much for stopping by. I think I saw Bjorn there. Beta Ray Bob was here. Yep. Who else?
Yep.
There was someone else. Michael
Boba Hicks.
Boba Hicks. Ian Sweeney.
The infamous Scuba Pete.
Yes.
Is he infamous? I don't know.
He is. He's famous. So, you know. He had a great room. Here. Did you see?
That was so cool.
Yeah, he showed his room tour. Oh, sweet. Very nice stuff there. Okay, so now that we're back on track, let's hop into the news. Guys, the 118. We've got some 118 scale news for you this week. And it's not much news-wise. There is some really cool, exciting stuff. But for the most part, the ACID or Acid versus Beta toys from Chap Mei. We got a release date on that. Chap Mei released a digital comic with their new toy line, which is pretty cool. We'll do a review of that. We've got some O-ring updates. And within the O-ring updates, we've had a huge Delta 17 revelation there. They are in production. I was just on Ken's channel. Yes, he is. He is dancing. That is right. I was on Ken's channel earlier today, so thank you to Toy Connections, Ken, for having me on. Steve showed off some of those product samples. They're ready to go. He's simply us. And I've got some road trips planned, and I want to share those with you. And then we've got some 118 community contributions and custom creations. Casey Wheeler, how are you guys? Just so you know, Casey does a podcast called Podcast from the Pit, and he recently put his latest episode on YouTube. Usually that was only available through podcast services, I guess, like I don't know what they all are. And Scott, we'll get to that. So the ACID did not drop yet, but Chap Mei reveals. So, yep, we've got the Beta X-Mech and the ACID or Acid. I don't know what you call it. Does it sound better, ACID or Acid?
I like saying Acid, man.
Yeah, okay. The X-Mech mobile mod base, which are the two toys that they've released. It's on Chap Mei's website. GeForce, how you doing? They are available, or they're not available yet. I'm sorry, but they are on the website. But I think they have more toys planned for the line. I'll show you a slide in a second where I speculate. So it was this one. They dropped this slide a while back with the Red Centurion, right? And in this slide,
now does a figure fit inside of this guy, or is this just an oversized?
No, so this is the guy. This is like a 4-inch figure or 3 3/4 inch figure with 11 points of articulation. They have a silver version that comes with the red mech, and he fits inside of it. But I did notice in the background we had these like flying wing jet
Yeah, it looks like a stealth bomber.
Vehicles, I
Neat.
think they'll be a little smaller with it being Chap Mei, so they'll probably be, single hand kind of little jets. But I suspect that that's coming out because they did mention in their thing that they're going to have the Morphosaur transforming vehicles. So I'm really curious if you know those are going to come out for this line. Scott was saying that those are the bombers that are 9.99 at Dollar General. So they already have them, I guess, in the Sentinel Force or the is that what it's
Okay.
called?
These,
Yeah,
so they're repainting these to go with this new
they're
series.
repainting
Cool.
them. So those are in the background, and then this other thing behind this kind of thing, you could see there's kind of a tank there. But on the tank is some kind of an arm coming off the front. It's hard to see because they haven't released this yet. So you can see like tank treads on the side. So that may be a Morphosaur vehicle. Um,
Hmm.
just kind of looking back over it. Um,
Scott, I'm right there with you, buddy. I like big butts, and I cannot lie. Gotta love those bots.
yep. And Casey was saying he only has a couple of minutes. Well, thank you so much for stopping in, Casey. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
enjoying the
and check us on the
podcast. It's
replay.
good
Yeah.
stuff.
Chap Mei responded to me on Instagram. So here they say,
Cool.
hi, thank you. The playset will be on shelves end of August or beginning of September. Thanks for the support. So that's only a couple of weeks away, folks. What do you think? I think that's pretty cool. One that they responded to me. They didn't give me an exact date. Michael Vargo, how are you? And
The fact that they responded at all is a positive step. It means they're interested in hearing what customers have to say. So I think it's cool.
yeah, I think that was pretty cool. So I like that it's coming out sooner rather than later. They've been teasing these for the last couple of months, and I was really hoping this wasn't something where they said like, next year, or something at the end of all this teasing. So I'm really happy that they're going to come out sooner rather than later. So within the next couple weeks, check your Dollar General stores, your Big Lots, your Family Dollar stores. There's a store called HEB or HEB or something like that. I don't know where they are in the U.S., but that was listed as well. And then over in the Canada, they have them at Toys R Us stores. So yeah, take a look and see if you find them.
Scott found a neat clearance piece. It might be good for you 118 customizers. The ImagineX Buzz Lightyear XL01. So
Yes,
$10 on
I have seen
clearance.
that.
That,
Yeah,
that
that'll be
might be worth
something to
looking at to
bring up
customize.
and maybe
Mhm.
post. So then we've got Chepe also released a digital comic, kind of introducing you to this world of man versus machine. Um, I read it, and guess what? It wasn't bad. I really don't see. I did see some people kind of complaining about it online, um, and I don't know. I don't know what anyone's complaining about. It's a free digital comic. It explains the kind of the characters and the story that these toys,
Mhm.
the world that these toys take place in, and I think they did a pretty good job of doing just that. So
Now, the question, though, Will, is with your eagle eyes, did you spy any Easter eggs, any new vehicles or characters that are in the comic that haven't shown up yet?
No, but yeah, I will. I'll show you one panel here. So we're not going to go through the whole comic. Obviously, I want you guys to go over to chatme.com, click on the link, and just read the comic for yourself. Uh,
Boba
yeah,
Hicks is
Boba
like,
Hicks, isn't
people
it
complain
weird?
online? What?
Yeah,
That's
that's never
crazy.
happens. So they released issue 1 is on there, and then they have coming soon issue 2. It's a very
Cool.
brief comic. It doesn't really, go into major details, but uh, the art is adequate. It handles it. It looks like what it is here, and
Yeah.
just wanted to give you an example. I don't want to read the comic or anything, but you could see that here they just show this was from a sample that they posted on social media, and it just has
I,
this is actually just an individual panel from one of the pages blown up. So it's not even
Yeah.
that it's, but as you could see, basically the story goes that, mankind creates this AI. They have self-replicating robots that they create, and some nefarious being inserts like a computer virus into this network, which turns them against mankind. And then
Hmm.
it's up to the ACID to kind of combat that and save the world. So um,
I like the concept of this. It's very similar to what Mattel did with the mini comics in Masters of the Universe back in the day, or
yeah,
Kenner did with superpowers. It's not
hmm
supposed to be a novel, it's just a way to show you how the toys interact with the universe. And I think it's
yeah,
cool.
that's it. And we've seen some of these tropes before for sure, but you know what?
Hmm.
They still work. But yeah, I mean, the only thing I could say is like a Easter egg would be that jet that they show in this one frame, right there in
Hmm.
the center. That looks like the one, that flying wing kind of jet. It's a little bit different. It's drawn differently, so maybe
He's cynical, but he might be accurate. Back when kids would still read stuff. Yeah.
that's yeah. And
And yes, Bjorn, these do give a little bit of a Terminator vibe with
sure.
the idea.
And the only other thing that was a reveal was obviously we knew about Jax and Haruto. They were advertised as the toys, but then there was a third character here named Rig, which is a teen specialist. A specialist in what we don't know, but they're a teen. So that's like
You
the
kids are saucy today. G-Force is saying. John Connor shakes his head in disgust. Ian is saying, well, since mankind is generally against mankind, you can't really blame the robots. It's like, I can't argue with that.
yeah.
Tropes,
So
tropes, tropes. Lots of
so in
tropes.
the story, it basically goes that the machines that mankind built to serve us turn against us. They go there in that comic. Just a brief summary is that, and this explains why they have. Because I had seen a comment saying that the mechs are just repaints because you have the red one and the blue one. Well, they explain that that teen specialist who is captured by the beta bots, um, he actually escapes himself, but with it, he reverse engineers their code, and he repurposes those bots for their army. So you will see repainted bots on both sides. So those the figures, the 11-point figures, the mechs, and any of the other drones or anything, they will have for both sides. So it's a great way for them to reuse army builders, and
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, they did say the AI only rebelled because like someone injected malicious code in there, so they didn't just do it on their own. So we'll
Right.
see. But all in all, guys, go read it if you're interested in the line. It's not the most wonderful thing that's ever happened in the world, but it's okay. You know what I mean? I had no problem with it. Here's the thing, and I've also seen some other people kind of picking at Chap Mei for stealing, plot elements, or this is an imitation of that. Chap Mei has been making kind of generic, just discount toys for the longest time, right? And I said we're lucky these guys even get names because most of them don't even have names. It's just called like, Dino Team or Army Guy or whatever. And the fact that they went and just created some kind of narrative and some kind of cohesive story is uh, they didn't raise their prices for doing this. They just did this. You know what I mean? The products are just as affordable as they always were, and I think that's a pretty cool thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So I'm happy, and I'm excited for them because one, it's something, and
Yeah.
unlike some other toy lines that just keep putting the same stuff out, it's something new. So enjoy it. What is Scott
This is
saying
true.
here? I see a huge comment here. Oh yeah, comics have done this for years. I was just explaining that there was a Prince Michael Jackson character in a Spider-Man annual I read as a kid. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm. Yep. Nothing new under the sun. Everybody steals everything. It's okay. As long as you give them cool swag, right?
Yeah, Joy Toy definitely is putting out some cool stuff, um,
Hmm.
for sure. But you get what you pay for. It's really good stuff, but it's pretty expensive as well. Which prices it out of some people's price range. They're definitely not toys.
One of these days, you'll have to dig out some of your Joy Toy and we'll look at them. My only complaint, well,
Yeah.
two complaints I would have with Joy Toy. One is the price. They're exorbitantly expensive for 1/18 scale. Two,
Yes.
they're hyper articulated, which on the 1/18 scale is too much articulation in many cases because it makes them too fiddly. But when
Hmm.
you get them in your hands and start tinkering with them, maybe that's something we'll explore in a future show.
Yeah, for sure. It's something I've always. They look beautiful. I mean, in pictures and everything, and then you
Mhm.
see the price tag, and you're kind of like, oh, do I really need that? So I'm looking forward to it. So, and once again, thank you. Jim gifted me some wonderful Joy Toy action figures, which I have yet to reveal on stream. Um, and we are looking forward to doing that soon. So
Break them
we've
out. I
got
want to see you
some
play with them.
we've got some O-ring updates, guys. As you know, we're in this O-ring renaissance, trademark and Toy Connections. Um, and with that, we've got some interesting stuff coming out. First, though, I want to give you guys an alert if you do not know about this or you do not follow them on social media. Lone Wolf Toys, they do some wonderful custom work. They have a store online where you could buy custom sculpted heads and complete O-ring figures. They are doing 20% off through August 26th, guys. That's 20% off. You head over there, you use the code in the post there, just go follow them on social media. I put a link to their social media in the description below. And they are also doing this, which seems really cool. They're doing a selfie series. Have you ever wanted to see yourself made into an action figure? Now's your chance. Lone Wolf is now offering selfie series for personalized head sculpts for 3 3/4 inch O-ring action figures. There are some limitations and some things that they can't do, but he's really doing this with just some photographs. So he just needs, I think, 4 photographs, one from each side, one from the front, and one from the back, and they're going to sculpt up an action figure for you for $40. That's pretty interesting. If you're interested, go check it out.
Better, yeah, better deal than some of the large corporate overlords tried to offer. No, naming no
Yeah,
names.
and for those who are not familiar with what they offer, I have purchased many heads from this guy, and they're really great. But here you can see some of their wares, and we'll just go through a couple slides. We're not going to read all of them, but there's some cool deals. I mean, you recognize some of these people right away. There's the Hulkster. We got Uncle Jesse, Freddy Krueger. You know, Michael Myers, some GI Joe fellers, and things you can army build yourself.
Oh, Bo, that would be very interesting for me. There'd be a whole
Yeah,
bunch of Corporal Hicks and Boba Fett's running around.
these are resin. I think resin printed, unpainted heads. So remember, you gotta paint them, which is the tricky part, as I learned after purchasing several.
How
But
fragile are these then if they're resin? Are they pretty
no,
durable, you
they're not.
think?
They're not bad. I've dropped mine a bunch of times. I put them on a figure. They fit. They fit nicely. They come in both. If you see on some of these photos, you'll see that it has the ball and then also the
Hmm.
peg for the older figures. But yeah, they're really
Okay.
great.
So
I like the
it's
quality.
very reminiscent of the GI Joe O-ring head design as far as the
Yes.
neck
Yep.
and ball.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they fit in well. And then here you see some of the other characters you could pick up. Um, I may have put the same slide twice, but yeah, there's some, like I said, some very familiar uh, characters that you may recognize, and also some really cool original ones. So, uh,
Cool.
Wraith Mace, how are you? How you doing? Welcome. So they also sell complete figures, so that's pretty cool. You got like a Hulk Hogan there. You got that 3-pack for $100. Once again, guys, if you're interested in doing this, 20% off through, I think it's at the 26th, right? Yeah, link in the description below. I just thought maybe you'd like to check it out. Easy Kill 9 Kickstarter still going. I think they got 4 more days, guys. This is an original O-ring line. They've got 4 figures they're offering, and we'll just run through them real quick. If you'd like to support them, 4 days left on the Kickstarter. You got 30, the Secret Guard Advanced Recon, Bludgeon, the Street Slayer, this guy who I keep forgetting to put his damn name in the slide every week, and I never learned
It's
my
the guy,
lesson.
you know,
That
the guy.
guy with the guy with the thing.
The guy with the thing.
And Malcolm Zydek, the Master Slayer. So, guys, if you'd like to support them, I put a link in the description below. Go check them out. 4 days left on the Kickstarter. And got some
Good to
news
see
from
you,
Legends of
Pericles.
the Hidden Force. Oh, Pericles,
Ooh.
I'll see you. Oh, he's not leaving. I thought he was leaving.
He's not leaving. He's just showed up. He might leave now.
Oh, sorry, man. So, yeah, Legends of the Hidden Force posted something I thought was pretty cool. If you missed out on the Kickstarter, guys, they have now opened up the backer kit to pre-orders. You could go in there. All 12 figures are available. Once again, the link in the description below. If you want to get any of these figures, you still have a chance. They're doing pre-orders on all of these. So you could buy one. You know, they have like bundles too, but you know, for all 12, you save a couple bucks.
Right. Wraith Mace is asking about the Joy Toy Warhammer 40K line. I've seen
I
pictures.
have seen them.
They look really cool. I used to play the
amazing.
tabletop game back in the day. I can't afford to delve into another line right now, but what they're putting out looks good.
Yeah, they are beautiful. I love them, and if I had an unlimited budget, I would have a freaking entire army of them. Yeah, they're so cool.
Oh yeah, they're doing some sweet motorcycles too.
Yeah, and I forget who it was. Someone was in here a couple of weeks ago, and they were just saying like if like Joy Toy or a really cool company could do like World of Warcraft figures in 1/18 scale, also, or you know StarCraft or any of those, or any cool video game things like that. I would love that also. But Wraith Mace, that sounds awesome. I'd love to see pictures of that collection if you post them somewhere. If you're on social media, just let us know, and I'll look you up after the show because I knew you were over on Ken's stream. So I appreciate you coming over here and hanging with us.
Grey Knights and Blood Angels were very interesting in the tabletop game. It'll be interesting to see how they portray them in the toys.
Hold on a second. What do we got here? Oh, what the heck? Oh, man, I've been found out. Celia Bedeau is one of my oldest and dearest friends. I've known her since I was a little kid. And wow, it just fills my heart with so much I don't know how you found out about this, but I'm sure I think I know who told you. Very nice to see you. Thank you so much for stopping in and saying hi. And I'm gonna get my chops busted about this a little bit afterwards. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, she's a wonderful person. I've known her since I was a kid.
Yeah, I agree with Scott. Warcraft, StarCraft, Minecraft, all those crafts, they definitely could use some good toys.
Yeah, I would love to see them. So yeah, guys, Legends of the Hidden Force. Go pre-order them if you're into ninjas. Delta 17, War in the Shadows. Guys, I had the absolute pleasure to join Ken over at Toy Connections, where Steve, the designer and creator of this toy line, went and just showed them off for us. It was really awesome. It happened right before this live stream. So if you haven't seen it, go back after. I put a link to Ken's channel in the description below, just like everything else. And guys, I'm really excited for this. Here are some final production shots. There's a little bit of a glare coming off of the plastic there, but you can see the card backs look really nice. So
I really like the fact they put the badges for each of the different factions, so you know which figures go to which team. I think that was a cool idea.
was very nice. And Ken also just did a rundown of the villains. He introduced them and explains their backstories. So go back over to Ken's channel, check that out. Really cool. Here we had this really nice. I don't know who took these photographs, but really cool action shot of Okami. Those are the cyborg ninja army builders for the Dark
I
Shadows.
have to interrupt you. I was corrected by Ken. They are not cyborgs. They are full robots. So the
Oh,
Okami are robot ninjas, not cyborg ninjas. Even though cyborg ninja
interesting.
sounds
I
cool
did
to
not
say.
know that. Yes.
I didn't either.
Well,
He corrected me. Now we know. And knowing is,
uh, part of the War in Shadows or something, right? It's something I don't know. But yeah, anyway, these are coming out next year. They're in production right now. We're gonna have them in about 2 or 3 months. So really
cool.
excited for these. These are some cool action shots. Um, I've shown these before. I'm going to show them every freaking week until these things come out, guys. Once pre-orders go up, we'll let you know. But there is a link to the Delta 17 website in the description below. I know I keep saying it, but I just want people to know before they ask in the chat, like, how do
Oh
I
yeah.
find
Well, I've said it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. We've had a huge explosion in O-ring 1/18th scale stuff this year. Lots of
Yeah.
things being promoted and in Kickstarter form. Delta 17 is something new and different. The storyline is really good. What they're doing with the production, I'm very impressed with, and the fact that they're not doing a Kickstarter model, they're putting this out there. I think is good. It says they have confidence in what they're doing, and they know that they have a customer base. So
Absolutely. So Ken encouraged me to take some screenshots from the stream that we just did. I did it, but there really wasn't much time between his show ending and this show beginning. So forgive me if these are blurry or a little bit off, but I figured we'd at least go through and just talk about each character real quick. And then hopefully, if you want to learn more, you could go back and watch that stream. And there will be a link. I don't know if I have anyone that can link that stream directly because I have a link to Ken's channel, but not to that stream directly. So let's take a look at some of the things. First of all, thank you, Ken. He had me on. We were joined by Michael and Toy Sorceress from Toy Habits. So thank you. That was really nice to meet them. And there's me looking like a goober. And I just threw the slide in there so I'd remember to thank everyone. Okay, so we had a group shot here. And you see it's a little blurry. It's not exactly great, but we've got 12 figures. You got the Delta Trooper. You got Leonidas, Preacher, Kestrel, Rooster, Shepherd, another Delta Trooper because they come in two ethnicities. Then you've got the Okami. You've got Shadow Dragon, Jaguar or Jaguar, and then you've got Death Sparrow. That's her name, right? Death Sparrow.
mm-hmm.
And
Death
the
Sparrow.
Thunder Battalion Trooper. So, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, great color
So here's
schemes, cool
a
stuff.
little closer look at Shepherd. He's their leader. What do you think about Shepherd there?
I like him. The gear is
Yeah.
modern. It's well put together, and I would say he's my favorite of the team. I definitely like Rooster. I'm kind of digging on Rooster, not just because of Eduardo. I just like the design.
Yeah.
The guy in the shorts, I can't remember his name. The one that comes with the dog.
Leonidas. Yeah.
Leonidas. He's another really cool design.
Yeah,
I think
he
those two are
is.
probably going to be in my top. But yeah, good stuff.
Oh yeah, I think it looks great. And then here's just Shepherd standing next to the two Delta Troopers that you saw. They have, like I said, they come, in two different skin tones, so you could actually buy more than one of them. So that's cool.
That's
That
a
is
good
a troop
question, Scott.
builder.
Real American Hero, when they first launched, how many figures were in that first line? 11,
Um,
12? I don't remember.
I think it
I
was
don't know. It
13
was about,
figures. I thought it was
was it
13.
13 total?
I thought it was 13. Yeah.
I'll
And
have to
Beta Ray
check
Bob
that.
backing me up there. Yeah, OG 13.
Yep.
Yep, I think there was. But yeah, pretty cool. Next, we have Preacher and Rooster. And one cool factor that Steve mentioned was these guys are about like half a head taller than the rest of the
Hmm.
team. They're the big guys. They're tall. They come in at 4 inches, where the rest are 3.75. So they're about a quarter inch taller. So pretty
Right.
cool
So
that he
it's
went
another
with
good
different.
thing with, yeah, Delta 17 has different body styles. They're not all cookie cutter. So they're very individual.
Yeah, very cool. And I really love the details. And like I said, I can't. We really haven't had much revealed about their backstories, their file cards, their specialties, and things like that. So just based on looks alone, these guys are already a big hit for me. Then we had Kestrel. She's their. He said she is Polish special ops, I believe, and she is their youngest member, and that her story is pretty interesting. So he also said that these are like final production samples, but they did do some tweaking. For example, like her head is going to be a little bit bigger because I guess when they injected this one, he said it didn't fill out as much as he'd like, so he had it blown up just a little bit just to fill out the face a little better. So
Yeah. So
they're
these will
still
definitely have
tweaking
a
it.
lot of definition for even for the 118 scale. They're really
Yeah.
pushing the limits of what they can do with the technology.
Then we get a quick look here at Shadow Dragon, which you know he mentioned that cape is
That's
like real. It's like a silk cape. Oh,
yeah,
that's Shadow
that's
Dragon.
Shadow
Yeah.
Dragon. Okay.
Yep. That shoulder piece is removable. The cape's removable. The swords kind of go in the back there, and it's also got a wire in the bottom of the cape for posing. Really nice. Definitely some premium touches there.
Yep, Scott. I believe Shadow Dragon is their leader for the what was it called? The Shadow.
The Dark
What's the name
Shadows.
of their team? Dark Shadows. Thank you. So, yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. This is their Okami. These are the not cyborg, but cybernetic. What are just robot ninjas?
Robot ninjas. Just robots.
Robot
No
ninjas
cyborg.
through and through. Really
Hey,
cool
Goji.
figures. Yeah, they come with. Oh, Gojitron, how you doing, buddy? Um, yeah, just fantastic. I like them. They just kick ass. Their hands are removable. They have sword and gun attachments that click on. They all store in the backpack, and then also, if you have the Cobra bats from the GI Joe line, that peg is compatible with the GI Joe bat accessories, and likewise. So that's super awesome. Really
I
nice
like the
touch.
fact that, yeah, Delta 17 has not only worked on individual characters, but they're giving you army builders for good guys and bad guys, which is nice right
Yeah,
off the bat.
this is
No pun intended.
pretty awesome. Yeah, yeah. I forget it. Okay, and then we got Jaguar here. Robot ninjas beat ninja robots every time.
There you know.
That's right. Hey, Delta 17, how you doing? Yeah, we're
We were just
talking
talking
about you.
about Delta
I guess
17.
your ears are ringing. So, just talking about how much I love this guy. Those are Okami. I
Yeah, the
think I have a
Okami are the
slide.
robot ninjas.
Yeah, and this guy is their leader, and he's Jaguar, and he looks just badass. I love this figure. I love the stripes on his like camo. They look
Hmm.
really cool. This is my absolute favorite figure, though. This is Death Sparrow. She is the leader of the Russian troops, the Spetsnaz. Right? Is that right? Did I say it right? I don't know.
Spetsnaz. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
And yeah, she just looks fantastic. I absolutely love her. I think she's, and he said I think the head is going to be a little bit more filled out on the final sample, but I think that looks great. And guys, these pictures don't do it justice. These are a little blurry. I took very quick, sloppy screenshots of the live stream. Go back and watch Ken's live stream. And like I said, if
Oh, yeah,
someone
it was a
could
great show
link
today.
that,
Mhm.
yeah, if someone could link that, it was on earlier today, and the video is crystal clear, and you could see these in much better detail. I just thought for anyone who hadn't seen that, they might like to see these characters. And then here we have the Thunder Battalion, the Special Troopers that are just badass. They come with that huge visor. Look at that thing, man. They look so cool. That's like a titanium
Titanium.
faceplate.
Yep.
Yeah. That goes down. It also lifts up. The final figure, I do understand, will have a gray mask rather than the black one, so it'll stand out a little more. But yeah, these guys are great. That's another troop builder. So for the bad guys, we've got two troop builders, and we've got two technically for the good guys as well because they have the two ethnicities. So um, pretty cool. And then here's just a little group shot. As the stream is coming to an end, just wanted to show that off. Once again, Ken made an excellent video of the Delta 17 introducing the videos. We have the Dark Shadows and the Retrograd, the two enemy factions. He's doing a video coming out very soon about the Delta 17. The heroes are coming out next. And just today, he did that great live stream. So I think someone posted that, right? Thank you so much, guys. Yeah.
Yep.
Click that link and check out that stream because it's better than hearing it from me. You're hearing it directly from the source. And yeah, here's another just that picture of the Okami. I kind of reuse some of these slides from previous, but it's always fun seeing them. All right, guys. So that's it for the O-Ring update. Anyone have any comments or anything about that? Any comments or anyone have any? I mean, I know
Everybody
they're great.
seems to be,
we just went through
People
them, so I know I'm
excited.
beating a dead horse. Oh, Wave Mace, thank you so much, man, and I'll definitely follow you for sure because I'd love to see some of those Joy Toy
Warhammer
collection.
Yes.
Yeah, the Warhammer stuff. So that's really cool. So what else is going on, guys? Well, check this out. We've got an epic road trip planned. So next week I am going to Miami, and I'm on a super secret mission. What am I going to do? I can't tell you. Super secret mission, but it's not going to take long. So afterwards, I'm planning on doing some toy hunts, maybe some food hunts, looking for any locals out there, anyone familiar with the Miami area. I'd love some tips on where to go because check this out. Obviously, I'm going to an area I've never been to. I search toy and comic stores in the area, right? Look how many there are. Holy shit. Look at this.
It's a lot.
That is a lot. So I'm like, some of these can't be even like really open, Like, I don't know. Some of these have to be like, we got the Book Exchange, Pedigree Comics, Famous Face and Funnies, Docking Bay 94, Comics and Games, CJ's Comics and Games, Tate's, Past, Present, and Future, Cool Comic and Collectible Club, Korka Comics, Adventure, Goblin's Heist. Korka shows up several times, so I don't know. There's a Nowhere. I have some time, but not enough to see all of these guys. It would take, a couple days probably.
Bill Whift is in the house.
Hey, Bill, how are you, buddy? So yeah, I was looking if anyone knows anything, any of these shops, and they could tell me maybe, not publicly, but privately message me and just let me know, like,
now,
are there
does
any
your
to
super
avoid?
secret does your super secret mission involve Jan Hammer or any speedboat chases?
It could. It's possible. So if they call themselves Docking Bay 94, that's enough to interest you. Okay, Badger. Well, maybe I'll check them out. Because once again, I'm driving in and leaving right down the middle of all of this. I'm just taking I-95 straight south and then north again. So any of these that aren't too far off the path, I don't mind checking out, depending on traffic and some of the other things. But I would say I got to limit myself to maybe 2 or 3 shops. I also kind of would love to find some like really good, authentic like food down there that I can't get just about anywhere.
It's always nice to check out. Cuban cuisine.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping to do while I'm down there. So if anyone knows, I'll try and film as much as I can. I would love someone to just point me in the right direction. This is pretty cool too. So New York and Philly, September 8th through 13th. I will be up in my home. I'm going back home. I know you guys all thought I was a Florida man, but haha, I'm worse. I'm a New Jersey man. So I was born and raised in New Jersey, lived there for most of my life, moved down to Florida, and quickly took out the previous Florida man and jumped in his seat and took over for him. So I am going back home this September. And Celia, who you actually, I think you, she was up in the chat earlier. I'm going to see her. So she'll be there as well. So
Now, is it actually New Jersey or is it just Joyzy?
yeah. Either way, I guess. So I'll be bouncing between New York and Philadelphia. Going to see a concert Friday night in New York. Then Saturday, I'm going to. There is it's called Super Retro Con. Now, there's a difference between some of these cons. Some of them are toy and comic shows. Some of them are like celebrity autograph kind of festivals, right? And
Mhm.
I don't know which one this is. I don't know much about the show. So the exciting thing is that after the show, Stan Bush of Transformers the movie soundtrack fame is doing a
You got the
concert with.
touch.
That's right, with the Cybertronic Spree. So if anyone's familiar with them, I'm
Neat.
going to see Cybertronic Spree with special guest Stan Bush, and that's the whole reason I'm going to that show. So even if the toy shows
Yes.
cost,
Is it
I could.
Cybertronian or Cybertronic?
Yeah, Cybertronic Spree. Yep, they
Yeah.
are like a
So they've
cover
got
band.
RC, Hot Rod, Shockwave. I can't remember who else is in the band, but they all play
Unicron.
instruments or
They have
sing.
Unicron,
Unicron. Yes.
and I believe Rumble is a drummer, and
Nice.
Shockwave plays as well. And I think they also have a Quintesson. I don't know what he does. I forget what he does, but
Might be the
he does
roadie.
something. Yeah, but they're awesome, and I'm looking forward to seeing them. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
You
Um,
blew Bill's mind. Florida Man was formerly the Jersey Devil.
that's right, guys. Yeah. Florida man used to be the Jersey Devil. The garbage state.
But
Oh, come on, Bill. Jeez.
does Unicron ride a unicorn? That's the burning question.
Yes, I don't know. But despite what you might think, if you've never been there, it's actually a really nice place. It's not that bad. There's bad places in the state, but where I grew up was actually kind of nice. So um, I'm looking forward to going back there.
You were never a participant on the Jersey Shore.
No, no, nothing like that. So one of the places I'm going to visit is Ocean State Job Lot. That is one of the retailers that apparently people have been scoring Leonard the Core products from. So as you can see here, there's a lot of them in that whole area there. So I'm gonna. No, Spider-Man is from Queens, not Jersey. Yeah, he's from Queens. So yeah, Ocean State Job Lot. I'll stop in as many as I see. It looks like there's a ton of them up there, but I'd really like to find some of that Leonard the Core stuff that you can't find anywhere else. So mostly not. I'll do some toy hunts and food hunts, but I'm mostly visiting family and friends. And yes, I'll print some 3D printed mangoes for the trip in case I get hungry. Yes. Uh, oh, you're still here? Wow, I can't believe that. Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing you. So, I can't wait. So we'll talk after the show.
Bjorn says if you find any Leonard stuff, remember him fondly. He'll shoot you
That's
some
right.
funds and work something out.
Yeah, I will. I'll let you know because I don't know how those stores operate. If they're kind of like a Big Lots used to be, or Ollie's or something like that, where they just kind of have a different mix. So I may go to more than one of them. So I'm gonna check those out. All right, guys. Well, it's now time for a very important part of the show. The 118 community contributions and custom creations. Well, I know I've been asking for the last couple of weeks. If you guys wanted to send me any pictures or let me know about some of the stuff you're seeing out there in the wild, or just anything you're interested in the 1/18 scale, to send me those pictures, and I'd love to feature you on the show. Well, so many people did. As a matter of fact, I'll just make this disclaimer. I didn't get to all of it, so I know there's some people that sent me things that I didn't get to, because I also left some stuff out last week. So we're going to start with the stuff I left out from last week, and we're going to work through. So if anyone that I don't mention this week, it's not because I didn't like what you sent me. It's just because I didn't get to it, and I will get to it next week. So first up is Scott. Scott, I know you sent these or you posted them on your Instagram like 2 weeks ago or maybe a week and a half ago. But Scott is always doing the work out in the field there. He brings his little microman with him, and he's always sending me pictures or posting them on his Instagram and tagging me. The little play sets that he thinks will work with 1/18 scale. So he sent me this adorable little mermaid playset for $14.97 that he saw at Walmart. It's got some really nice stuff. Oh, great, Badger. So here's Microman, his man in the street, his little companion, his buddy, his 1/18 test dummy. So yeah, as you can see, he fits in the bed nicely. Um, there's some furniture
Uh,
there, a little table and chairs.
Bill's asking if we're planning on a Patreon for any of our stuff. Uh, We've kind of played around with the idea, but we're not really quite there yet.
Yeah, no, I'm not really there yet. Maybe in the future, if there's something I can offer for the Patreon exclusivity, but for the most part, we're just hanging out and having fun. So,
Yeah.
um, that's about all. But yeah, and then you got a nice little throne there. So obviously not in the state that it's in, but with some paint and an Aquaman figure, you could have some really nice. Oh, his name is Edison. Scott just he's only 8 centimeters and 3.75 or more like 10. So he's a tad shorter. Okay, so he's a shorty.
Okay.
So he's not the standard, the industry standard, but it gives you a good idea of what will fit and what doesn't fit. But yeah, if you needed some Aquaman play set or something like that, you put some paint into this, you could have something nice. The only reason I bring it up this week is because I believe someone in the comments asked if I brought it up, and then after the show, based on just a comment of someone asking about it, they commented that they'd like to see it as well. So that's why I brought it up. So Scott, thank you so much for sending this in.
Could you
we
remind
always
us
do it.
again, Will, what stores you can find this at?
This was at Walmart. These are those
Okay.
like Kid Connection. They're like in the they're usually in like the little kid aisle, like the preschool aisle, like towards the end, and they have all those Kid Connection. It's where I got the spaceship and that launch tower, and
Hmm.
you'll see military sets
Okay.
and things like that as well.
Getting
So
some
yeah,
90 vibes off
well,
this. Yeah.
yeah,
It's got potential.
keep sending us stuff, Scott.
Ah,
Edison is
okay.
our man on the street.
Edison is a microman. That
Ah,
explains the scale. Okay. Cool.
all right. And then next up, Mr. Epic Badger shared some wonderful stuff. He just mentioned that he had some other customs there. And these aren't so much customs, right, Badger? This is more like you kit bashed some G.I. Joe stuff. So, as you can see here, he's got some of his G.I. Joe figures, and he made a couple nice little custom kit bashes, which is a wonderful thing about G.I. Joe is you could just take the screw out of the back, swap some parts around, and enhance and change your your characters there. So he
Hmm.
made this Scarlet, and Badger. I was going to mention that shirt and the arms look like they're from Viper. She was the Stinger driver for the 2000 Toys R Us exclusive Stinger. She's a very expensive figure. All right, or is that from another character? Let me know.
I like
But
this
anyway,
Scarlet Head because it has the ponytail. Was this off
yes,
of like the Ninja Force or something?
this was off of the awful Ninja Force figure that had like
That's a
a
good
thing.
reuse.
So he
Yeah.
went and took it, and I think in his description when he wrote it to me, he just said he wanted to give her like a more kind of operational uniform than a ninja pajamas or whatever she was in. I forget, Yep,
Yep. I like
Frank and
Frank and
Joe's.
Joe's.
Yes, very cool. Oh, it's from a later Lady J. Okay, I wasn't
Okay.
sure. Yeah, you know what? It's like I think the Vipera is like a repainted Jinx, but she's like black with that same like kind of white airbrushing over her. So that's where I got confused there. You're right. But yeah, she looks sweet. Really like that you did that, and thank you so much for sharing that with me. And then he went with the Mortal Kombat, or yeah, Mortal Kombat. Sonya Blade. She
Hmm.
came in like the Jinx green pajamas outfit here. So he went ahead and got some arms and legs with a little bit more of a traditional camo look and made those. So those are really cool, guys. Uh, all right, Bill. I'll see
See
you
you
later,
later,
man.
Bill.
Thank you for stopping by. Tell Paul I said hi. Yeah, so
I
pretty
like the
cool, right?
camo. It
Yeah.
definitely it breaks up the pajama look. That's much better.
And if you don't know the Epic Badger, he's got a YouTube channel. He does toy photography on Instagram. Links are in the description below. Also, links to Scott's channel. I forgot to mention that earlier in the description below. And you could
The
also
Epic
follow
Badger
Scott
is
on Instagram.
also an epic baker. He does some really good stuff out of the oven. You might see
He
some of his
does.
pictures on that too.
And then,
Hmm.
oh, he posted
Oh,
these
that's
sweet
my
pictures
favorite.
too, man, of the AF3, the Palatoy Z Force AF3, the best vehicle ever. He has them in there,
Yep.
so he did that just to torture me because he knows that I would love to have this and all other Palatoy Action Force toys. It's so nice. Absolutely love it.
I agree. The Badger says you cannot fight the creatures in Mortal Kombat wearing your pajamas. So that's why he
Just not right.
upgraded her. No.
Yeah. So a couple other action shots. This was with his. Is that the Barracuda? Is that right,
I think
Badger? I
so.
think he just picked that up. Yeah. So he was having fun. And I was going to ask you, what the hell's going on here?
Does sound like a goofy name
Oh,
for a show.
the Manta Ray. That's right, the Manta Ray.
Okay.
And then this is just hilarious. I just liked it, so I added it because he sent it to me. So
That is a strange vehicle.
yeah. So thank you, Badger. That's Epic Badger, guys. Go check him out. He does Sunday Fun Day, interesting videos on toy photography and a bunch of other subjects, including baking. So please go check out the Epic Badger. Joe Recondo. This dude I met at Joe Fest. He's a really awesome guy. True blue Joe Bro. He is. His name's Joe Recondo. I mean, you gotta
Does he
figure he
have a
likes.
cool Recondo type hat though?
I haven't seen him wearing one, but yeah, just a great guy, man. I met him at Joe Fest. He's awesome. He's really been enjoying the show. He doesn't really catch it live, but he's been sending me messages after the replay, and he found a pretty freaking epic flea market find, and he sent me a series of pictures to feature today on the show, which he specifically took and asked me to show on the show. So thank you so much, Joe. Um, and without further ado, here it is, guys. He found this at a flea market for far less. I mean, ridiculously less pocket change compared to what these sell for nowadays.
That's right. Bjorn met
By
Joe
the way,
Recondo there too.
yeah, Joe Recondo is on Instagram if you'd like to go follow him. He is working on possibly doing a YouTube channel in the future. So if you follow him over there,
Neat.
he does a lot of toy hunts and toy photography. So he'd like to share that.
The
But
more
this
the
was it.
merrier.
He got this.
Ooh.
This is an AH1. What is that? W Super Cobra 1/18 scale.
Mm-hmm.
This was made by a company called 21st Century Toys. They did the Ultimate Soldier line. This is a branding that was made just for Walmart, but it's the same company. And as you can see, it sold at Walmart for $39.84 originally. These things go for hundreds of dollars now. And he found one. This is not a picture of the one he found. This is just a boxed sample so we could see it. what it was called and everything. That's the one he found. Look at that
That's
thing.
beautiful.
It is amazing. They do true 1/18 scale, which, as you can see, is much bigger than what the original Dragonfly, which was based off the Cobra, is coming in at. Look at that. Look at the difference. I
Yeah,
mean,
that is
it's
really
impressive.
cool.
This is such a sweet toy. This thing was listed on eBay for $400. He got it for like I said, pocket change. Beautiful. What a
Sweet.
epic find, man. Look at the detail on this thing. So yeah,
Oh yeah,
just and he gets in a little closer. I love that
very
he's
cool.
got Wild Bill and Airborne in there, just like they are on the package art on the Dragonfly. Very cool.
Yeah, and
Um,
with this scale, it really makes it work better with the figures.
oh yeah, look at all the rivets, all that detail. I mean, it is just impressive. 21st Century Toys really was just fantastic when it comes to their vehicles. So there's the rotors. You could just see all the way through the tail section. Look at that. You got some rockets and a machine gun, and even some of the painted on details in the background just looks freaking marvelous. Look at that. The
Even underneath the engine cowling, you've got detail. That's sweet.
Yeah. Oh, it's got this little storage compartment in the tail.
Nice.
See that? Or underneath the cockpit. Oh, that's right under the little stow and go, kind of like a bus storage.
Yeah.
Yeah, the case goes inside. Look at the cocktail, a cocktail. Oh, delicious. The cockpit details. And there's the figure. So the figures were the one thing where 21st Century Toys, they did not make them really as toys, I guess. So the figures just had really funky articulation. They hardly moved. They
Yeah.
were kind of brittle. I think they were meant to just be placed in there and kind of just set there. So I don't think that
Well,
they meant them to
right.
be played with by kids.
Like Bjorn's mentioning, the Marauders figures, they're slightly taller scale, but they'll work with that. And I think you can make yourself a really cool pilot to go with that. Better than
Oh
what
yeah,
Chap,
for sure.
what those. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
I gotta just tell you, man. So yeah, thanks, Joe. Joe Recondo, everyone. I mean, what an awesome guy. He said he's out there. He's always toy hunting. He loves the show, and he wants us to talk about these things. So if he sees anything really cool out
Sure.
there, he's promised to send in some photos. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so 21st Century Toys and the Ultimate Soldier is probably one of my biggest like buying regrets because when I worked at KB
Mm.
Toys, we carried them. And a lot of them were Toys R Us and Walmart exclusives, but then I think we were getting them like as closeouts later on, and they were very discounted. But they were big, and so space was always an issue, especially when I lived up north. It was a lot more of an issue up there. So I didn't buy many of them. I bought some play sets, I bought some of the figures, and a couple of vehicles, which I still have, but I could have gone all in on these things, man. Back then, if I had the room,
Oh, yeah.
and they are just brilliant. There is a guy on YouTube that oh geez, I can't think of the name right now. I'll post it later in the comments below. That he basically does 1/18 scale vehicle reviews, and he buys these, which are hundreds of dollars. And if you want to just see what they look like, uh, yeah. Oh, Andrew Davis just had a good point. Yeah, that
Hmm.
1/18 scale looks the same size as like the classified Dragonfly. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
They did do that, and those were just really awesome vehicles. I mean, they did a ton of stuff, and they also did some 1/18 diecast like just vehicles, like just regular
Hmm.
classic cars and things like that. So
They also
um,
did a few of the 1/6 scale, like the Adventure Team and Classic Joes.
they
So,
did, yeah. Those are they did vehicles for them as well.
hmm,
They were
I have a
huge.
Jeep from them. That's super cool. Matter of
Yeah,
fact, it's on my to do list for a unboxing.
great company. And I recently just saw from one of the channels I'm subscribed to. They just did a thing on like the history and like why they went out of business. If I could remember to do that, I'll put a link to that video in the comments
Okay.
below too. But yeah, super awesome. thanks for reaching out, Joe. Joe drives for a living, so he'll send me voice messages a lot rather than texts. So it's always fun to hear his voice because I'll just pop up and it's just like, hey, Will, I'm driving, but I just wanted to tell you about this toy I found. And it's just great. I just absolutely love it. It's just great to hear his voice. So yeah, thanks, Joe. A true blue Joe Bro. Oh, this gentleman right here, he listened to the show. His name's Infinity War Torn on Instagram. He sent me this cool thing because he just thought I might like it. So, and that
Ooh,
is the Power Charge Bumblebee. As you can see, he's got that blue Fortnite car that I actually bought as well because I thought it would scale well with my 1/18 scale stuff,
so
which
the
it does.
Bumblebee's got a good scale to it.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a really good skill because he said, "Do you have a 1/18 scale Bumblebee?" And I said, "No." And he sent me a couple pictures of it next to another 1/18 scale vehicle and next to a couple
Nice.
figures. So that's the Miles Morales and the Blue Beetle 4-inch figures that just came out, and it scales very well. So yeah, I'm on the hunt for. Hey, there he is.
There he
Hey,
is.
thank you, sir. So yeah, thank you so much for sending that. That was really thoughtful, and I really appreciate that. So anyone out there, if you want to send those in, I'd love to see it. So now I'm on the hunt for a Power Charge Bumblebee. I did look them up on eBay, and they can be a little pricey.
Is it a transforming figure or is it just in
It
Volkswagen mode?
is, and you know what I failed to do was he also posted a picture of it in bot form. Looks awesome next to 1/18 scale stuff. It looks great, and it's a really good robot form. I forgot to include it in the slides, so my apologies.
Will, I might be dating myself, but I'm a big fan of Herbie the Love Bug. I wonder how hard it would be to customize that and turn it into a Transformer Herbie.
Oh, that wouldn't be hard at all, but yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah, so thanks, Infinity War Torn over on Instagram. Go follow him, guys. He's a cool dude.
yeah.
Um, and then Mr. Boba Hicks. You might know him from the Boba Joe Show. That's right, the Boba
Hmm.
Joe Show. uh, Mr. Boba Hicks, but I know him from the Boba Joe Show. And there is a link in the description below to guess what? The Boba Joe Show, where two of the coolest dudes in the universe talk about some of the coolest stuff in the universe. Got to go check that out. Really like the last episode, guys. Well, Boba Joe over there in the Emerald Isle, he spotted these.
Oh, the
A
Schleich.
Schleich dinosaur, and it looks like you got a Jeep, and then it's got like a meat haunch or something like that you throw at the dino as fishing or
Interesting.
something. It looks interesting. Um, which reminded me that just this week I picked up this guy, which is like a little Schleich dino catcher dude with a jetpack and this little dino lasso. It was like $8 on on Amazon, so I just wanted to check him out. But that's
Shoot,
not bad because
the
this one was only
jetpack
20.
alone is worth $8.
Yeah, well, look at this one. You get a Jeep, a figure, a
Nice.
dyno, and a ham hock for only €25, I guess, right? Or is that euro, or is that
I believe that's euro. Or is that
uh,
pounds? I
shamrocks or
can't-
something? I don't know.
Shekels, something.
Shekels, something. So wherever he was shopping there, he saw some of these. We have a Leonard the Core sighting.
Oh,
Primal
okay. Those are
Primal
English pounds.
Clash. Yeah,
Nice.
okay. Yeah, Primal Clash. This was a line that came out like in 2020, and we saw a very limited release of this in the United States. So yeah, he just
Now,
found a whole bunch of these.
are these true 118? Because
They're
Scott was thinking
four
they were
inch
slightly
figures.
smaller. Oh, they're bigger.
No, Schleich. No, they're 3 3/4 inch. Hold on, let me grab
Okay.
Jetpack Dude, and wait. And here's Loki, and here's Schleich Man, and they
Let me
are
pop you
the
up big
same
there.
height. Yeah,
Okay.
3.75. Yeah,
Nice.
those are 3.75ers. So yeah. Yeah, the core guys are like 4 inch now, like the newer modern core
Okay.
figures, not the O-ring ones.
And the big brain on Badger's letting us know the conversion right now. British pound
Oh,
to US dollar, 1.27. In case
well,
you were
thank you.
interested.
I was. So here we go. We've got a little Triceratops with some dude with a big freaking engine or something on the back. I don't know. They just look cool, man. They're freaking soldiers that ride on fucking
Dinos.
dinosaurs, man. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
cool.
can't go wrong with that.
I really wish they just came out and were readily available in the US. They showed up at like some people's Ollies had them. I may have picked up like one of these sets somewhere, or maybe just a dinosaur, but I never saw them around. Um, oh, yes, you're right. Yes, I am the. I like to understand you, the newly acquired bodyguard of Ken of Toy Connections.
That's right.
Yes, that is true, Andrew. So no flash photography without my permission, please. Or
You got to work on your Austrian accent so you can.
yes,
I am the muscle.
he's going to be a big star next Joe Fest, man. Once those Delta 17 guys come out, these
Oh
guys are
yeah.
going to be A-listers for sure.
Scott's saying around Christmas time, their farm store has a lot of the Schleich and a lot of fantasy monsters and stuff. When I
Huh.
was growing up, I remember they did a lot of just classic animals, and that was kind of their things. They've really branched out and they're doing some neat stuff, especially
Yeah,
mythological creatures and these
we got a
dinos. So
place, Tractor Supply Store carries a lot of these also.
okay,
And Beta Ray Bob said he saw Primal Clash at Walmart. I never saw them. My Walmart never got them, but I've got a ton of old people here, so maybe that's why.
you ever heard of a place called Tuesday Morning?
I
Another shop to
did, and I
check out.
really liked them, but they closed both locations that are in my area.
Oh,
They've gone out of
bummer.
business. Yeah,
Very
so
cool.
that kind of sucks. But yeah, so and then we got a little mammoth. That mammoth with the war
Aw,
mask and
a
the
baby mammoth.
yeah, yeah, he's a little small to be rode into battle. It's kind of cool, but yeah, these are pretty cool. Uh, so thanks, Boba Hicks, for spotting those in the wild and letting me know. It's nice to know that they're out there somewhere. Uh,
Yeah, Ian's got a good point. Even if you're not real fond of the critters, the accessories they come with definitely would work with other 1/18th scale sci-fi stuff. So definitely
yeah,
some
true.
good customizing fodder.
Absolutely. Oh, well, that's it for the community contributions. Um, Guys, if you have anything, if you see anything out in the field, if there's a toy line that you just think is awesome and we're not covering it, shout it out. Message me on Instagram. I got a link to my Instagram below. That's probably the best place to message me. You could also email me or snail mail me or send smoke signals. But Instagram's probably where I'm going to catch it. So pigs in space. Yes.
Love that.
So that was the end of custom creations. And I didn't really have any, but I've been bored, so I've been kind of slapping these guys together. These are my terrible customs, but they're just so much fun. Um, and these are basically Dollar Tree figures, Final Faction mostly, with Jurassic Park minis from the Dollar Tree. I just cut their heads off and I shove them on these guys and I make a new creature out of it. They're goofy, they're kind of crazy, but I love them, man. They're a lot of fun. Anyway, when I did the spaceship video, a lot of people saw this guy, and more people asked me about the dude standing next to the spaceship than the actual spaceship itself, which he is just like I said, a Jurassic Park mini dino with his head slapped onto a Final Faction figure. So I thought I'd just show them off. I've been working on some. This guy in the middle here is just horrible. He's being held together with like bubble gum right now because none of the pieces are really fitting. Those bodies on the other guys are the cheap knockoff action figures that came with the playset they're standing on top of. Um,
But are you
and
having
I,
fun? Because that's what Bob wants to know.
yeah, absolutely. So I think the guy in the middle might look cool if I painted him all one color.
Yeah.
And then my favorite character here is the one all the way on the right hand side. She's my fly girl. She's my actual absolute favorite. And Yeah, she's got fly arms sticking out of her forearm or her shoulders there. Fly
Was
headed
she in
some
a
wings.
horrible teleportation accident, perchance?
Perhaps, yeah, that's what happened. Sure, sure. Anyway, I didn't really have any other customs that I was working on or doing anything with. And since someone asked about them, I figured I'd just show them. This is not my idea. I saw this on the Final Faction fan group. Some guy did a much better job of some of these than me, but they are, like I said, quick, easy, and fun. And you can't beat them. I love them.
Yeah.
So there's oh yeah, there's some close-ups. She's a looker right there on the right. Look at her. And yeah, there they are. Guys, send in pics of what you've created. Better yet, come on the show and talk about them. I'd love to have you on. All you got to do is just send me a message, and we'll talk a little bit beforehand. Make sure you're set up for doing this. And if not, you could always come on. It could even be audio only. You don't even have to come on video. So you can just come on and talk, or you could just send me the pictures. I like that. The Show Me Your Mech contest. I did want to loop back around to this because remember the Chap Mei mech came out. Let me.
Available now in the
This came
Army
out.
Green.
This is in Dollar Tree stores, and I know a bunch of people in the community bought these. So we were talking about maybe doing a mech contest where people customize their mech and then send it in. I want to put this on hold because we just got confirmation that the two other colors, the red and the blue, for the other Chat Bay lines are coming out. So why don't we wait until everyone's got their mechs and all three versions are out, and then we'll do it. Maybe we'll revisit it like in at middle of September or October. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now, so maybe that's more of a fall thing.
Yeah. So send me a comment if you'd like to see that, if you'd like to participate in it. And really, all it would mean is you go out to a Dollar General or a Family Dollar store, you buy a mech, you gussy it up, and make it best in show.
Why don't we do? Why don't we do this, Will? You and I will put our heads together after the show. We'll figure out what the rules are as far as what to use. If there are any rules, got to have some rules. Can't just have chaos. And then we'll put out a short video in the near future, and then that way people can be working on it, and we'll do the presentation in the fall.
No, and then all three versions will be out. So if people want to start with the base green, red, or blue, I just figured, you'd have maybe people start working on a green one, and then the blue or the red one comes out in a week or two, and they,
yeah, it's too hot to be in the workshop.
It really is. It is ridiculous. So yeah, guys, any 1/18 scale toy lines you'd like to talk about? All that crap I said about Instagram, just again, link in the description below. That's it for me. What do you got, Jim? You got anything going on?
Do I? I do. Monday, we will have an infinite playlist with Will and our special guest, GOJITRON. And this Thursday, the B Season Baddies return with GOJITRON, who is our resident
Friday,
expert.
More GOJITRON.
More GOJITRON. No, just
look into your seat, everyone.
Everybody gets a GOJITRON.
Yes.
That's right. Goji is our go-to guy when it comes to all things kaiju, dinosaurs, horror movies, and cool stuff. So I love having him on the show. And so we're going to get a double dip of Goji this week.
Very cool. Can't wait. Well, anyone in the chat have any questions or otherwise we're going to wrap it up and boogie on out of here. What do you think? And yes, this is the Dancing Wampa from earlier, if you wanted to see him.
Love the Dancing Wampa.
He's kind of got this Wampa. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I really appreciate it. Keep sending in those awesome pictures of stuff you find out there. Thank you, everyone who came. Thank you, Jim. And have a great week. I'll see you guys around. Let me, where's the thing? All right, bye.
The thing.